so cool.
Considerando essa fortuna.
Prosciutto, come si chiama?
Wow, so pretty.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Esperanza. I am a content creator and blogger living in Phoenix with my husband. We are newlywed and our toddler, Sage. So we actually just got back from our honeymoon trip to Italy. It was a 3-week trip. So I've mentioned this in some of my past videos, but Andrew and I are actually in the process of trying to move to Italy. So we are in the very early stages. We have to get visas and all that kind of thing, but this is something that we have been thinking about since the beginning of this year. So when we were down there, we wanted to basically check out a few houses, do some house tours, just to get a feel for what the houses in Tuscany were like. We'd pretty much already decided that we wanted to try to move to Tuscany, but this trip was also kind of just to like confirm that, yeah, we basically absolutely loved it. So our plan had been to tour 3 properties. We had been communicating with realtors for like several months before this trip to kind of like get that all lined up. But unfortunately, we were only able to see one house because something that the realtors hadn't maybe thought of, or definitely we hadn't thought of, were the houses that we had chosen to look at were very far apart from each other. They were like hours apart. So it would have been so much better if we could have just seen houses that were very close together, but I don't know why that wasn't something that the realtors had thought of, and we hadn't checked that either because we weren't given like addresses or anything. We were given listings basically to pick like our top 5, and then they were gonna like set up tours from there. So it just wasn't feasible for us because we were very jet lagged, and Sage was very jet lagged. He wasn't like napping very well in the car or anything, so we had to call it quits after the first house basically. But we were really happy just getting to see this property. So just a quick background on the house. It was in the Tuscany region, as I mentioned. This was a like huge property. It was 3 stories. The main house itself had 11 bedrooms, and or maybe even more, just like off the top of my head, I think it was like 11 to 13. It also had a pool, it had a garden, the like grounds themselves were absolutely beautiful. So in the main house there were cellars and living room, kitchens, and that kind of thing. But there was one floor in the house that still wasn't finished yet, that there could be several rooms basically, and bathrooms, kitchenettes, that kind of thing, if that floor was completed. And then besides that, there was actually another outbuilding that was kind of like a garage and storage, but that whole building could definitely also be turned into like a studio or a few studios on its own. Plus there was another outbuilding that was actually like several stalls, like a barn basically, that could also be turned into a cool rental, basically like a bunch of different studios you could get out of that barn, or also just like leave it as a barn that needed a little bit of work too. I'm going to show you guys footage of the property, like the tour that we did, like the walkthrough of it.
The house is very Poi apriamo dall'altra parte, open the house.
Wow, so pretty. Huge dining room. Oh, I remember this now from like the photos. Lots of bikes.
The original stone.
Yeah, I love that.
This level is for hair.
It's a cute little kitchen.
Extra. The door for the kitchen and this for living area. External.
Little kitchen. Little office or something. I love these built-in shelves everywhere. So pretty. And the stone. Wow. Little loft up there. Another room. A little bathroom. Oh my gosh, look at the little crib.
Yeah. It's a big room.
Dark in here, yeah.
It wouldn't be this like the rest of thing is.
I know, they've got some really cool pieces actually. Do you think it's original or do you think they've updated it? Whoa. Oh, wow.
So this used to be a door here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is there there?
And they closed it
I
off.
used to close it off.
It's weird because it's like it doesn't even seem like this would be here.
Yeah.
So funny. It's okay.
But for your question, you're right, it's possible.
Figure that out.
What's possible, babe?
To figure out like the land and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a room over here. Room over there.
No big investment for fish.
Yeah.
Wow, look how the high ceilings. So cool. Super cool. Wow.
This for mountain roof strong.
Oh wow, yeah, this is, oh my gosh, it keeps going too.
More or less specular.
Goes out to the patio. So this would be like a bathroom, another room. The kitty, he came to say hi again.
Meow kitty.
This is the original tabak for the tabak.
Oh,
Tobacco. Remember the number perfect, but I remember 1000. Guardi qua.
old tractor? Wow.
Poi.
So cool. This is like another animal pen. Look at that. The garlic cloves. So funny.
As far as the look of the place, it was a rustico, which is what we are really hoping to find, is like a beautiful old rustico. The interiors are beautiful too. The owners had done a really good job already of remodeling with finishes that were like true to the original finishes. So it was being done really well, and like ignoring all of the furniture and junk that was in the house was definitely not how we would want it to look. But if you just like took that away, the finishes themselves were really beautiful. It was such a cool property. And we're looking at properties like this because we really want to be able to have a boutique hotel business one day. So we want to be able to live on the property, but then also either have enough outbuildings to where we could have a boutique hotel, or even just like a few studios or apartments that we could rent out, kind of a thing. So this was like on the larger scale of that. There are other options that are a little bit more of like a smaller scale of what we're talking about. A few cons about it were that it overlooked a town, which is not really what we want. We'd rather be a little bit more removed and have just more of like the Tuscan landscape as our views, not so much like a town. And then also it didn't have a ton of land. The realtor actually wasn't sure how much land it had. It had some, but probably just like 3 hectares, not really enough for what we want to do, because we also want to have olive trees and either find a property that already has a vineyard, or enough land so that we can start our own vineyard and have gardens, maybe a few animals, that kind of thing. So this one really wasn't quite right for us, but we absolutely loved it. Like, I was thinking about this property for days. Like, it just really kind of inspired us. But it was also out of our price range. This property was, I think, like $830,000, which I thought was a little bit much considering so much of it still needed to be finished, like remodeled. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of wanted to make this video just for anyone who might be wondering, what does a property in Italy look like? What does a like rustico farmhouse type home in Tuscany look like? So hopefully this was an interesting video for you guys. I'm also going to be sharing other videos about Italy. I've already shared one, which was a recap of our trip with my husband. I'm going to be sharing a vlog soon of all the cities that we visited, and then we're planning on doing a few more videos that are helpful tips for traveling in Italy. So definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys aren't already. Be sure to follow along with me on all socials at Urban Darling, and check out my blog, theurbandarling.com, as well for more content. and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.